Hey guys, Danny here, how you doing? Hey, I'll be heading back up to the Sierra Mountains here, okay? But before I take off though, I wanted to get this covered with you guys because I don't think I necessarily have to be up in the Sierras to explain to you what we're going to talk about right now, which is going to be the Dogman. Now, as you can see this behind me, this here was the X marker video that I did last week. Just in case you're curious, better keep an eye on that right there. So, anyway, now, let's get down to the Dogman. You know, like I told you in the previous videos, that I've done research on other different types of cryptid entities, okay? And of course, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, that was my #1 choice, okay, for personal reasons. During the years, I was kind of like some, I was kind of curious what this Dogman thing was about, okay? So, probably about 8-9 years ago, maybe it was around 8, and I started doing some research on the Dogman. I wanted to see what this character was, okay? So, here we go. This is what I know, and probably you know, is, let's see, description of the Dogman. When he stands upright, they say he measures from 6 feet to 7 feet tall. And the body the size of a full-grown adult male human. Hair coloration varies. It's also been said that this particular type of entity can be very aggressive. It can be very vicious. It's also, they also say that it's got some type of intelligence, and it also can be very, very dangerous. Okay? Now, here's the problem I've had with this. I have not found, nor have I came across any solid proof or evidence of its real existence. Okay? Now, I've done the research, I've studied all the evidence that is out there, okay? That doesn't suffice with me. I need to see more. I need to see some really solid, hands-on evidence. But, although, I do put this cryptid creature on an area what I call speculation. Now, hear me out. When I'm saying speculation, I'm saying this as a researcher. And what I mean by that is I'm not saying it's real. I'm not saying it's not real. Okay? Now, I do have a theory I want you to listen to real quick. Now, I know there's been claims of eyewitness accounts of seeing the Dogman in quite a few parts of the U.S., okay? I'm also aware that up here in the Sierra Nevada mountains, that there is claims of some eyewitness accounts of seeing the Dogman up here. All the years I've been researching, and all the years I've spent my time in the woods, myself personally, have never experienced such an entity. Although, I did have an incident that happened to me a couple years ago when me and G was out on one winter day, and I'll explain that to you in a second because actually it is linked and connected to my theory. Now, so, I kept wondering through the years. So some claim they see this cryptid creature, and it's like it's here, then it's gone, so to speak. Now, what I believe might be happening, okay, and this has to do with my theory. My theory comes down like this. The claims of eyewitness accounts of the Dogman up here in the Sierra Nevada mountains, what I believe what possibly could be happening is this. You see, remember, I'm the founder of the Sierra Triangle in the Sierra Nevada mountains, okay? Within inside that triangle, I have experienced, not only me, when G was with me, and other members that came out with my, my research excursions. We have all had experiences in this triangle area. It's full of mysteries, trust me. So anyway, what I'm suggesting to you with my theory is this. There is another world parallel to ours. It's what I call, and what it is called, the third dimension, or is what I call the 3D world. So you just picture, here we are, and here is the 3D world. It's like there's just a wall that separates us. Now, what I believe might be happening is this. I do believe that there is a very, very high possibility that there are gateways up in the Sierra Nevada mountains. I know there is gateways in other places on this planet. And what do I mean by a gateway? A gateway is nothing other than a doorway from one world to another, and what I'm talking about is the third dimension world. And what I think just might be happening. Let's say the Dogman, for instance. Let's say that they are aware of this gateway. And so let's say they go through the gateway. Now they're in our world. Is it making sense? They can also reverse themselves and go back through that gateway again and go back into their world, which would explain why you see them, now you don't. And maybe also why I have never read or seen anything about anybody that actually tracks them. Okay? Now, and I do believe it's highly possible, guys, that these gateways do exist. Now, let's just say if one of these eyewitness claims on the Dogman, let's say this Dogman comes going through one of these gateways. Well, you're going to see it, right? And obviously, they probably know how to come in and out of these gateways. So he comes out, exposes himself, then he evades and he goes right through the gateway again, back to his world. I'm going to tell you something else too. I want you to think about this. Up here in the Sierra Nevada mountains, every year we get people missing. And these people are undocumented people. In other words, they're not reported that they're missing. You see, these are people that go into the Sierra Nevada mountains and never come back out. The bodies are never found. Nothing. It's like you just vanished. What I suggest to you is what I think is happening on that. Maybe, just maybe, when these people go up there and go hiking through the woods, and most of them that do this don't know a damn thing what they're doing anyway, could very possibly have walked through one of these gateways, one of these doorways, and you vanish. And they don't know how to return. End of story. But you got to remember, these gateways, you can't see them. You can't smell it, you can't touch it. It's there though. It's there. It's there as about as the air is all around us. Okay? That is the only part that makes sense to me of its existence, if it in fact does exist. Okay? I'm not going to get into the shapeshifters and all that. That's, now you're getting into something else that's folklore for Native Americans. Okay? And yeah, they do have quite a bit respectful types, in the senses that they believe in. Okay? Now, Anyway, so that's the segment about your dog, man. And I gave you a little taste of my theory of what might be explaining these. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'll be back up in the back in the Sierras here. Like I said, I'm going to be taking off. The next segment I'll have on the cryptid world, I'll be talking to you about the Black Forest again. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to get going, guys, and let you go and take a good look at that again. And so, I'll see you later. Goodbye.